welcome back to my channel. My name is Amy. I'm really glad that you decided to join me today, and today's video is going to be mostly just a chatty video, and as you can tell from the title, I have big news. I'm here today to, kind of announce that I will be leaving the classroom and explain to you a little bit about why that is happening. I would love for you to comment below and let me know, do you know a teacher that's also leaving the classroom this year? It seems to be a common thing happening for sure. So much has led up to this decision for me to leave the classroom. And I want to share a little bit, oh, that made it worse, a little bit about my background and to kind of like, give some perspective. So I actually started my career out in banking. I did, and I have notes here, I did banking from 2004 to 2009. I took a 2-year break and I actually taught preschool for a couple of years. And then I went back into banking from 2011 until 2017. At that point, I had my daughter, and so I very vividly remember this moment, and I have a picture of this moment, and if I can find it, I will insert it so you can see. One time in 2016, my daughter was in pre-K, and I was leaving. It was Thanksgiving break or Christmas break, and I was leaving to go to work, and she was staying home with her dad, and she was very much a daddy's girl at the time. So this particular day just really struck heavy on me when I'm leaving and she's standing at the door crying, and because she wants me to stay. And I had been feeling this tug to go into teaching. I had dabbled in it a little bit, but my college degree was not in teaching, so I knew I was going to have to go get certified to teach, and it was going to be some time and money and work. So I had been feeling this tug or whatever to do this, and so that was the moment where I was like, okay, Lord, you've been telling me to do this, and you've been encouraging me to do this, and this is the moment where I'm looking at my daughter crying, and I told the Lord then, okay, I'm never going to leave her for another break anymore. And so I went and got certified to teach, and I started teaching at a public school in 2017, and well, I did take 2019 coincidentally off. We had just made a really big move, and my daughter doesn't do well with change, and I wanted to be able to kind of like pour into her and focus on her and be there to support her through this big change that we had made. So took a 1-year break off. I really love teaching. When I was in banking, it was definitely a very, I was very good at everything that I did, and it got to the point where any job that I had, I would have it pretty much mastered in about 6 months, and then I would be sitting at my desk all day long, being bored, and that wasn't very satisfying for me. I was good at my job, but it wasn't fulfilling. So teaching is most certainly a very fulfilling job. It can be, and I get to be creative, I get to be crafty, I get to have lots of fun. I know that I'm making a difference in my students' lives, and sorry, I may tear up from time to time. So I know that I'm making a difference in lives, and no day is ever the same when you're dealing with that many different people all at one time. Someone is going to come in a bad mood or in a great mood or something, and you're going to have different things to deal with every day. So teaching was never boring, never. So in 2021, when my daughter went into 4th grade, she started having some behavior issues. And I was at a new school also, and my class that year had a tremendous amount of behavior issues in and of itself. So every day I was coming home exhausted, mentally, physically, emotionally, from dealing with the behavior issues that I had in my class and coming home to deal with the ramifications of her behavior issues in her class. And, you know, it really just took a physical and mental toll on me. I gained like 40 pounds that year because I was going to, you know, the ice cream shop and eating ice cream because I don't drink. And so that was my release, was eating ice cream. So that 21-22 school year did a number on me. We figured out kind of where her behavior issues, where my daughter's behavior issues were coming from. She was we got her diagnosed through her school as high functioning autistic. She has social problems, and she has anger management problems, and all of that kind of collides at times for very big meltdowns. And so, you know, we got her into some therapies and, you know, different things. And so things seemed to be better. And so 5th grade, we were thinking, awesome. So this school year, you know, I'm getting it started out. My class is, you know, at school is awesome. And I'm thinking everything's going to be great there. And she, you know, is going to be at her school or whatever. Well, things continued to blow up with her and her meltdowns in a very, very, very big way. And they, her administration wanted to send her to alternative school, which, you know, of course, the things that she were doing, we knew where they weren't good, but we also knew that she couldn't help it. So we made the decision to put her into a different kind of school that was made for neurodivergent kids. They're used to helping ADHD, dyslexic, which she's not dyslexic, autistic. They're used to helping these kids that think and learn differently, and that's been a really great fit for her. It surely has. And so this year we've been able to kind of breathe a little bit now that she is at that school, and having normal 5th grade drama has been such a relief. My class has been pretty good. Of course, no class is perfect. I do have some behavior issues, but it's not nearly to the level of what it was last year, to some extent. So the school that she's at now only goes to 5th grade. And so at this point we were faced with, okay, do we send her to public school knowing that transitions, loud places, unstructured environments, crowded places are a trigger for her? And are we going to send her to public school knowing that she's going to be filled with triggers and still learning how to handle all of those things in an appropriate way? So we decided that we were going to do our very best to homeschool her for her 6th grade year at least, and we'll take it year by year and see how it goes. And so that meant for me, well, I'm either going to have to work and teach all day long and homeschool her as best as I can, because my husband, you know, he also has a job and all of that. And my heart was really just not in that situation. It didn't, my heart didn't really like that, you know. And then, you know, things at school, public school is different, and there are a lot of things that I don't agree with, and that I feel like as a public school system need to be done in a different way. I'm sure that can echo with anybody that's in the classroom. So it just, things with the school that I was at, and just things without, I don't really want to go into a lot of details on that area, just things were not copacetic for me anymore. And I'm over here like, I'm working really hard to do a good job, and I feel like I'm just treading water, and I don't want to do that. So all of that to say that I just decided I was going to go ahead and resign for the next school year and not return to the classroom for the next school year. And I don't know if I ever will. I'm going to continue to look for a way to work from home, so that I can still kind of facilitate her homeschool. And, you know, we'll have a separate video that talks more about all of that. This video is just more of like, hey, here's our story, here's my journey, here's why, you know, I have been having some big changes coming up, and why I decided to leave the classroom. It's a wonderful job, but it's really hard to raise 40 kids, because I had 2 classes. It's hard to raise 40 kids and then come home and have enough left in me for my daughter, who needs me. She has struggles and is at a very very vulnerable stage in her life, and she needs me more than I can give to her at this moment. So that is what I will be doing. Next year I will be facilitating a 6th grader, and I've never taught 6th grade, so I have a lot of studying to do over the summer. So thank you very much for watching the end of the whole entire video. If you are here, leave me a book emoji so that I know that you were watching all the way through, and stay tuned for a little bit more about what our homeschool is going to look like. And I am going to be starting a new homeschool channel, so if that's something that interests you, feel free to you know, look below, and I will have that all linked for you. We may even do some vloggy style things and all of that, because she really likes that kind of stuff. She's interested in being a vlogger for sure. So that is my story, and I'm sticking to it. I will see you in my next video. Bye.